The fact that the cryptocurrency market, which includes XRP, is somewhat declining at the time I'm recording this video shouldn't deceive you. As you can see, earlier today the crypto asset class actually hit a new all-time high, therefore, don't let this little decline fool you. The best is yet to come, and chart analysts with stellar records will show you that there is a lot of hope. Thank you, implying that the phase melt season for XRP will start sooner rather than later. Additionally, one of these chart analysts claims that XRP is presently in the breakout zone. What is the duration of the sideways motion that we have been experiencing for a long time? Despite the fact that we have considerably descended, we will not remain here. This will take off like a rocket, regardless of how many days or weeks have passed. It's clear that this market hasn't been this primed since the US election ended in November. This is even more primed, though, that's the issue. As a result, many chart analysts were forecasting that things would get hot after the election even. At that time, they were correct. It is now even more tense on a bigger scale. Examine the current status of global liquidity. Look at how gold is showing signs of weakening. Numerous aspects need to be taken into account. This is what happens when a market cycle is coming to a conclusion. And in November, that wasn't always the case. This is the reason it's so thrilling. Actually, that's where we are. Right now, XRP is trading at $3.13, its 24-hour low. This is the 24-hour chart for XRP, which basically looks like Bitcoin. This is the current day's Bitcoin chart. Its price action is rather comparable, as you can see. Rather, it's sharing or displaying some incredibly similar price changes, like Bitcoin at $118,567, but have any of you experienced the 24-hour high yet? Over $120,000 was spent in total. Consequently, it seems possible that Bitcoin will just melt to the upside after breaking past its current all-time high, which is close to $123,000, but I have no idea where it will peak. It will most likely do so, in my opinion, while Bitcoin's dominance will decrease, that of altcoins will increase. Cryptocurrencies, such as Ethereum and XRP, will rise. I don't usually display an Ethereum chart, not even on the Livecoin monitor. On this channel, I don't have any negative things to say about Ethereum. It's mine. I just don't care about it. It doesn't really excite me. Apart from that, I know that when it starts to move, it's a sign that the market will probably crash. This has been the case in the past. Ethereum is at little over $4,000 to $100 after hitting a 24-hour high of $4,353 as I write this. Folks, since many claimed that Ethereum was dead months ago, its price has risen by almost $3,000, approximately $1,400 was the sum. It was slightly higher than that, but it was pretty damn close. And it's showing strength now that we're here, and this is exactly what you want to see. You'll see, though, that this cycle hasn't even seen it hit a new peak. The biggest sum ever was $4,861, though I'm not sure where it will peak. It's getting closer. A lot of analysts think it's close to $10,000. Furthermore, XRP would have to be at $20 in order to contend for the second highest market capitalization position if Ethereum were selling at $10. This has happened in the past, but we'll see whether it happens. The blockchain backer made this post just this morning at 9:54, which is really cool. I'm sorry, the time last night was 9:54 p.m. at 4 trillion. The most recent weekly candle just closed at its biggest level to yet, and is still rising into the next week. Following weekly closing above the December 2024 highs for the cryptocurrency market's total market capitalization, he wrote this. And seeing the number for there, people, is a little unreal. In 2017, when I initially began investing in cryptocurrencies, I always imagined this would occur. I recall giving it a lot of thought in 2018, it will either go to zero sooner rather than later, which I never believed, or it will just keep growing as more people on Earth realize that we are right, and that is the true direction it is taking. I thought this was going to get much bigger because I was terribly wrong, and everyone else in the industry is too, and we are all idiots. I saw that the market value of this asset class was only, say, $100 billion, and it might even be less. That sum will, however, increase to $4 trillion, then more than $10 trillion, and ultimately tens of trillions of dollars. And I'm still convinced that it will eventually surpass 100 trillion, despite the fact that most people from the retail sector haven't joined yet. I am aware that some of you are unfamiliar with cryptocurrencies. If you're new, you're still in your infancy, I must make a demand. Even though I know it won't feel that way to you now, I'm telling you to come talk to me when this asset class reaches 100 trillion and you built your revolutionary wealth. An illustration of this can be found in this Watcher Guru post. This is just as of this morning at 11:25 a.m. people. I'd really like to see it. They said, just in, the total cryptocurrency market cap reaches a new all-time high of $4.1 trillion. This doesn't happen at the end of bull markets, people. Ultimately, it just doesn't, because think about the emotion that has been there. We are in the gutter and at an all-time high. Many people are not in a state of euphoria, even though it might not be in the gutter for you or me. Nowadays, very few people are experiencing euphoria. Don't wait, it will load. We have it there, okay. Diagram. There is a post on Animal's mustache here. With Bitcoin excluded, this represents the total market value of all cryptocurrencies. He asserts that it has finally happened again based on the sum of the two charts. For 2 consecutive months, the monthly MACD has crossed in a positive manner. The chart and the previous cycle also share a lot of similarities. And you can see what he's talking about right here. Take note of what transpired. This is the same location where the cross appeared after the 2020 election. It happened the year after. Bull market-related content. This is what happens to people prior to the commencement of true manic episodes. It's obvious that this is the most likely outcome. Although technically nobody, not even I, can be certain, I believe I have good reason to be confident, and it's practically a given. This is what is going to happen. This post is negentropic. This account is managed by the co-founders of Glassnode, an online analytics firm. It was written, this move is unprecedented, in the lull before the storm. There is actual spot demand, and by this, what do they mean? Swissblock. This content comes from the Bitcoin futures to spot ratio. What they wrote here could not be further from the truth. We frequently hear about exit liquidity and phony out rallies. Since the April lows, this advance has been spot-driven. Huge allocators are snatching up every last bit of Bitcoin. The futures to spot ratio has dropped back to its October 2022 lows, indicating strong spot demand. This is accurate. Now that you like to watch it, I'm a huge fan. Recently, I have been following Swissblock, another account that is heavily reliant on data. Although technically there is an opinion here, they will provide a completely objective point of view, such as here is the data. Of course, this is what it has historically meant. That is what I desire. It's very amazing. Helps me come to reasonable conclusions about what is most likely. Wait a moment, we'll get into a lot of XRP-related topics.